Hi, this is triangle angles. You have corollaries, a sum of the triangle sum theorem. Okay, number one, the sum of the measure of the interior angles of this triangle is 180. So that means that angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3 added together will give you 180. The acute angles of a right triangle are complementary. That means that angle 1 and angle 2 equal 90 because you already have a 90-degree angle. And then the measure of each angle of an equal angular triangle is 60 degrees, which also means that it's an equilateral. Okay, for the examples, it says find the value of x. In this picture, I have 3 different angles, so this is going to be rule number 1. So 3x plus 2x plus 60 equals 180. 5x plus 60 equals 180. You're just solving for x. Subtract 60 from both sides to get 120 equals 5x. Divide both sides by 5, so x equals 24. Next one, it says find the value of x. I notice that I have a right triangle. So the acute angles of a right triangle are complementary. That's what I'm going to use. So these two angles added together will be 90. So this is rule number 2. So x plus 2x equals 90. 3x equals 90. Divide both sides by 3. X equals 30. We only need to find the value of x. Okay, this one says find the measure of the acute angles. So now we need to find the measure of the angles of right triangle ABC with right angle C. So if I asked you to draw that, be right angle C. It doesn't matter where A and B are. Okay, so the measure of angle A is x minus 6. And then the measure of angle B is 2x. And this is going to be rule number 2. So then measure of angle A equals x minus 6. Measure of angle B equals 2x. And all I need to do here is solve for x and then substitute. So add these two together. I get 90. X minus 6 plus 2x equals 90. 3x minus 6 equals 90. Add 6 to both sides. 3x equals 96. Divide both sides by 3. X equals 32. Substitute the x into both of these. 32 minus 6 equals 24. That's the measure of angle A. And the measure of angle B is 2 times 32. And that's going to equal 64. And those are my solutions. So I have the exterior angle theorem. The measure of the exterior angle of triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the remote interior angles. Okay. So this is the exterior angle. These are the remote interior angles. It's basically saying that angle 1, to find that value, you would add angle A and angle B together. That's all it's saying. So another relationship that you want to talk about is that the angle C, which is this angle right here, so angle C plus angle 1 is equivalent to 180 degrees, which is supplementary. So that's a supplementary pair of angles. Let's look at the examples. In the examples, again, it says find the value of x. So I'm going to use this theorem. The measure of the exterior angle is going to be these two angles added together. So in this case, all you need to do is solve for x. So I'm going to say x plus 65 equals 2x plus 10, and then solve for x. So I'm going to move this x over, so I get 65 equals x plus 10. Subtract 10 from both sides, x equals 55. Okay, the next one, find the value of x. This one looks intimidating, but it isn't. So I'm gonna add these two angles together to equal this angle. So I get x squared plus 1 plus 3x plus 6 equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. Collect like terms, x squared plus 3x plus 7 equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. And we're just going to start solving. I'm going to subtract x squared from both sides, so then I get 3x plus 7 equals 2x plus 1. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, so I get x plus 7 equals 1. Subtract 7 from both sides, x equals -6. Remember, you're just solving for x, you're not solving for the angles. Okay. So now we're going to talk about angle relationships. This is going to be a little tricky. Just go ahead and follow along. So the measure of angle 1 is what we're trying to find here. We know that this is going to be rule 1. So it's going to be 180 minus 73 minus 60, which is going to give me 47 degrees. I have 47 degrees right there. I also know that angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. So whatever the value of angle 1 is, the value of angle 3. So this is also 47. So angle 3 is 47. Okay. I know that the measure of angle 2 is the same as adding these two together. So I know that this was going to be the exterior angle theorem. So 60 plus 73 is going to give me 133. Okay. I also could have figured that these two would have been supplementary. Next, I have the measure of angle 4. Well, we need to know what this angle is right here. Let's use a different color. So I know that these two equal 180. So this is not an indicated angle. I also know that 105 or 101 and 5 equal 180. So 180 minus 101 equals 79. So that's 79 here. And because of vertical angle theorem, that's also angle 5. Okay, so this is rule number 1 here for angle 4. This is rule 1. So I say 180 minus 47 minus 79, 54. And then finally, I need angle 6, which is going to be rule number 2. And one other color. So rule number 2 for angle 6 is going to be the sum of these two angles are going to equal angle 6. And that's going to be 79 plus 47. I'm going to get 126.